Listen, okay, I know that some of these are not possible anymore, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't still sell a vital bodily organ to get them. Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife, and today I'm going to take you through some author collaborations I would love to see. I've read a lot of books before that are written by two authors, that are written by several authors. Christina Lauren is one of my favourite writing duos, as is Sarah Breen and Emer McLysett. But there are still some that I would think work really well together, and I would love to see how they kind of tackle themes, how they tackle characters together, and I would love to see what they can do with a book together. First up on my list is three authors: Lindsay Kelk, Vara Mcfarlane, and Ivana Fletcher. I know that these three are very close friends. They've been on book tours together, they have supported each other's works, and I would love to see a book written by all three of them. I'd like to think that I would know each of their writing styles, as I've read a couple of books from each of them. I've read a lot of the books that Lindsay has written. I've read a couple of Vara Mcfarlane's, and I think I've read maybe one or two of Giovanna's. I'd love to see if their writing can kind of flow together so that you don't notice who is who. But I would love to see a kind of a contemporary romance written by all three of them and see how they work it all together. Next up is Marion Keyes and Maeve Binchy. These are two really big heavy hitters in Irish contemporary writing, and they do kind of deal with similar topics. They've dealt with a lot of social issues from Ireland, and I would really love to see how they would have worked something together, if they would have done something about, say, abortion or social class or education or access to education, where you come from and how that can kind of determine your place in the world. Sadly, Maeve passed away in 2012, so this one is a pipe dream. But if there was any way that we could go back and have the two of them work on a book together, I really think it would have been an absolute bestseller. Next up is again two Irish writers, Deirdre Sullivan and Sarah Maria Griffin. Their storytelling seems kind of similar. They both have a fantastic way of words and of writing, but also the themes that they write are quite similar as well. They write a lot of witchy books, a lot of kind of fantasy books, and I would really love to see a fantasy, witchy, sapphic book co-authored by Deirdre and Sarah. I think it would be a really great Halloween read. I think it would be an amazing addition to the already fantastic YA literature that we have in Ireland, and I would absolutely love to see a book by the two of them. Next is Portia Mcintosh and Heidi Swain. These are two really big names in sweet, clean, contemporary, cozy romances in the UK. I love both of their books. I think they have a really great knack for storytelling, both of them. I love how Portia writes a lot of romances that are set in the city, but they also have kind of smaller towns put into them here and there. Whereas a lot of the stories that Heidi Swain writes are small town, cozy vibes by the beach or in a cafe. I'd love to see them kind of put something together where a girl starts out in the city and loses her job and then goes back to the small town that she grew up in. It is a trope that's kind of overdone in romance literature, but I have a feeling that these two would really make it work. Next is one from my childhood: Jacqueline Wilson and Judy Curtin. Judy Curtin is an Irish children's writer, and Jacqueline Wilson is kind of the queen of contemporary literature for children in the UK. I feel like the two of them could absolutely knock something out of the park. As well as this, a lot of the books that Jacqueline Wilson writes are very kind of hard-hitting social issues, things about divorce, about poverty, about abandonment as a child. And I would absolutely love to see that kind of dotted in with the storytelling vibes that Judy Curtin has, but the kind of hard-hitting issues that Jacqueline Wilson can write so well. Last up is sadly another one that is just a pipe dream because one of the authors has also passed away. I would have absolutely loved to see a book by Meg Cabot and Louise Renison. Meg Cabot, for me, was one of the best YA writers from the US, whereas Louise Renison's Georgia Nicholson books completely brought me through my late teens. Mia and Georgia feel somewhat similar in that they are both very headstrong. They're both kind of naive, not super popular girls who kind of look down on themselves. And I would have loved to see a book written by both of these people kind of covering the same ideas. I imagine something like Georgia going on a holiday to the US and that she meets Mia while she's there, or she goes on a school trip to Genovia and meets Mia while she's there. There are so many things that could have happened, but I would have loved to have seen it. Those are just some authors that I would love to see a book from, all of them together. Who are some authors that you would love to see a book co-written by? Don't forget to like and subscribe because I have new videos up every week. Now, get on out of here.